8 months ago, I weighed 127 kilograms. That's 280 pounds for my American friends. Today, I am 79 kilograms, or 174 pounds. I didn't have surgery, I didn't starve myself, and I definitely didn't spend my life in a gym. What I did do though was strap myself into a suit that electrocutes my muscles while I exercise, and focused on optimizing my workouts around my life and not the other way round. And the results, well, they speak for themselves. Is my body perfect? No. Is it still a work in progress? Absolutely. But if you've ever wondered whether EMS training actually works, or if it's just expensive snake oil in an electric suit, then stick around, because I'm about to break down exactly what happened, how it works, and whether it's worth your money or not. So here's what nobody talks about. Traditional gym workouts, they're not broken, they're just not optimized for busy lives. You can absolutely get incredible results from conventional training, millions of people do, but when you're working 50-hour weeks, raising kids, or dealing with issues that make heavy lifting or prolonged workouts impossible, spending 8 to 10 hours weekly in a gym becomes the barrier between you and your goal. Now, I started at 127 kilograms, which, like I said, 280 pounds, and here's the thing, I wasn't looking for shortcuts, I was looking for efficiency. I wanted steady and stable fat loss and toning that would fit in around my limited time availability. Because when you're self-employed and you have got a bunch of bills to pay every single week, time is more of a luxury than something that you can take for granted. So optimizing every single workout that I do and maximizing the burn that I'm getting, the amount of toning that I'm getting, is super important for me. See, traditional strength training activates around about 40 to 60% of your muscle fibers, which means that you need longer sessions and heavier weights to see those dramatic changes and get more sustainable burn sessions. The solution that I stumbled across? EMS training technology. Now, you've probably seen EMS devices available on the market. They've been available for decades, but the most famous ones are the ab toning belts, the butt boosting pads, and we even have the ones like I've used on my channel before, the facial EMS pads that work on your jaw muscles to give you more of a toned, contoured and structured jaw. I mean, I even have dedicated EMS roller devices that run along the jaws, that do your cheeks, that work down the back of the neck, under the arms. But things like these, child's play. Electrical muscle stimulation isn't some gimmicky gadget. It's technology that has been used by physiotherapists for decades and is now available for fitness application. The EMS bodysuit that I chose is the S-Body system from Plasma Perfecting, and this features 20 electrode pads inside the suit that simultaneously target every major muscle group, and it does this while you perform basic movement. Now, the system targets your shoulders, your biceps, your triceps, your chest muscles, your back muscles, your abdominals, your glutes, your quadriceps, your hamstrings, and all these supporting muscle groups that traditional workouts struggle to activate simultaneously. Think of it as amplifying your nervous system's natural signals. Your brain normally sends electrical impulses to contract the muscles, and EMS technology hijacks this process and cranks up the intensity to levels that you physically cannot achieve through willpower alone. Okay, so while traditional exercise activates muscle fibers gradually, EMS, or electrical muscle stimulation, can recruit more muscle fibers at once, including those hard to reach fast twitch fibers. That means that you're getting more targeted muscle activation in less time. It's like a workout hack that helps you fire up muscles that you might miss with regular training. It basically flips the script on how muscles normally work. Instead of starting with the slow endurance fibers, it hits the fast twitch ones first, the ones responsible for strength and power, which results in both fiber types working simultaneously. And this can lead to improved performance and more efficient workout. As for the afterburn, EMS can raise your metabolism post-session, with some manufacturers claiming it can burn an additional 500 to 750 calories in the 24 to 48 hours after a workout with it. Now, how much of this is exaggerated? Well, I guess it depends on the manufacturer. But what I do know is that since switching from standard workouts to EMS boosted ones, my fat loss efforts picked up a pace in a matter of weeks. I like to think of it like this. If regular exercise is like gently knocking on your muscles door, then EMS is like kicking it down with steel toe cap boost. The electrical stimulation reaches those deep muscle fibers that are nearly impossible to engage through conventional exercise alone, especially if you're performing cardio rather than strength training. And seriously, when I say that this EMS suit transformed my fat loss efforts and my toning and the overall look of my body and amped up those results faster than what I've ever seen me achieve by purely diet and exercise alone, this is just a whole game changer for me. So the S-Body system from Plasma Perfecting connects wirelessly to my smartphone via Bluetooth. So there's no need for any Wi-Fi, so I can literally train anywhere at any time. And I often throw this on even when I'm just going to go out for an hour's walk with my dog, because it takes what is going to be a standard walk into an optimized and streamlined fat burning session without needing any extra weights, without needing to aim for high intensity interval training, any of that. So instead of what would be burning maybe like 200 calories, I'm suddenly burning 500. You see how this works? Now the app, it offers two main programs. You have got the yoga mode for flexibility and recovery, and then you've got the fitness mode for muscle building and fat burning. Now, setting up really is so straightforward. The suit, like I said, has got 20 electrode pads stitched into it, and the one-piece design makes it so easy to take on and off. The elastic fabric provides thermal comfort during workouts as well as a bit of compression. You don't need to get yourself wet before you use this. You don't need to apply any gels, but you will notice better results if you apply it to slightly damp skin. So I normally have a really warm shower, 5-10 minutes, and then I will climb out. Don't dry myself off, I just pull this straight on. And boy, does it work so well that way. Now, I personally use this suit 3 or 4 times a week. I do one 30-minute jog on my treadmill with the full body EMS activated. I do 2 dedicated 20-minute workouts, and then I'll use it once or twice when I'm just walking my dog, a normal walk through the countryside that lasts between 30 minutes to an hour, and that's literally all I need to do. So I'm not needing to drive off to the gym, I'm not needing to pay for any gym memberships, I'm not needing to set aside 2 or 3 hours a day to go and work out and get that fat burning process. This lets me hijack my normal routines and turn them into workouts. Okay, so I'm going to guide you through the 20-minute routine that I usually follow when I'm using this EMS bodysuit. This 20-minute routine is equivalent to around about a 2 to 2.5 hour workout, and this is what I do. I have got the EMS intensity low, so it's on 20 to 30%, and this is basically to help me prepare my muscles. For the warm-up, I do some light cardio movements, so I will jog in place, I lift my knees while I'm gently pumping my arms, and this low level electrical stimulation helps to activate my cardiovascular system while gently preparing muscle fibers for the workout ahead. I then follow on with some arm swings where I'm swinging my arms forwards and backwards to loosen my shoulders. This movement combined with the gentle EMS pulses helps to increase blood flow to the upper body muscle groups, and then I just shake it all out. This lasts for approximately 2 minutes, which is more than enough to prepare my body for the EMS session ahead of it. So minutes 3 to 11. This is when I do my full strength circuit. It takes around about 8 minutes. This is a full body workout, and I've got the EMS intensity set to moderate to high. I will typically put the settings at around about 50 to 60 on the screen for each of the muscle groups that I'm working out, but you can adjust this depending on your tolerance, and I repeat each of these exercises for 2 minutes. Body weight squat. So stand with your feet shoulder width apart, and then you're going to lower your hips back and down like you're sitting into a chair. I keep my chest up and my knees over my toes, and then I return to standing. Now the EMS is typically firing at 60 to 80% intensity, and every muscle in my upper legs, my glutes and my core contracts involuntarily while I'm performing these movements. Then for the next 2 minutes I perform lunges. So I step forward with one leg, and then I drop my back knee toward the floor until both of my legs form 90-degree angle. I push back to the starting position, and then I will alternate my leg. Now the electrical stimulation of the EMS bodysuit makes this exponentially more challenging, especially as your quadriceps, your hamstrings and your glutes are all contracting at maximum capacity. This one I find really does give your butt more shape, more definition and more volume, and when you're losing weight, nobody wants a pancake ass. The next exercise I do, again lasts for 2 minutes, is the plank holds. Now with this one I place my forearms on the ground in a traditional plank. My body is in a straight line from shoulders to feet, and then I hold the position by tightening my core and my glute, which the EMS bodysuit is really going to help with holding. Now the EMS targets the deep stabilizing muscles here that are nearly impossible to activate voluntarily, and this is going to create an incredibly really intense core workout. For each of the planks, I will hold them for approximately 10 to 15 seconds. I rest for 5 seconds and then I repeat. The next and final exercise in this part of the routine are the resistance band row. Now, if you don't have resistance bands like me, all you've got to do is simulate pulling. So what you're going to do is you're going to stand on the band and hold the handles. If you don't have the band, just feet shoulder width apart, place your hands down as if you was gripping onto a couple of shopping bags, and then you're going to pull your elbows back while squeezing the shoulder blades together. Like I said, if you've got a band, use the band. If you haven't, these controlled rowing movements are really going to help with the upper body. And the electrical stimulation, it activates your latimus dorsi, your rhomboids, and your posterior deltoids simultaneously. And already in those 8 minutes, the intensity, the calories burned, and the muscle fibers activated, it's already equal to approximately 45 to 50 minutes worth of exercise, even more depending on the intensity level that you've got set. Minutes 11 to 18. The next 8 minutes of my workout are focusing on core and stability. Again, my EMS intensity is set at between 50 and 70% for core activation, and I will adjust this depending on my comfort levels and whether I feel like I can push myself a little bit further. So first up in this section are the standing oblique crunches. I bring my right elbow towards my right knee by crunching my side, and then I repeat on the left. And I'm going to alternate sides while I'm doing this. And the EMS specifically targets the obliques for deep core muscles during this movement. Now this one, it can feel pretty intense after the first minute, but try to keep the pace up. The next one is the glute bridges. So on this one, I lie on my back with my knees bent, and I lift my hips up and then start squeezing my glutes. Then I start to lower them back down slowly. And I'm also making sure that I keep my upper back on the floor. Now the electrical stimulation forces maximum glute activation while also engaging your hamstrings and lower back. And again, this one is going to be giving your butt some more definition and volume. It's going to help to kind of pull it in and cinch your waist. It's going to strengthen your back and really just engage those core muscles. Okay, we're almost through. So the next one are the bird dogs. So on all fours, I extend my right arm and my left leg simultaneously, and then I hold them for 2 to 3 seconds, and then I switch sides. Now I'm going to maintain a flat back when I'm doing this, and what this is doing is challenging my stability while the EMS works my core, my glutes, and my back stabilizers. Okay, so for the final exercise of this routine, side planks. So on this one, I'm going to be lying on my side, forearm on the ground, and I lift my hips to form a straight line from shoulders to feet. I hold this for between 5 to 10 seconds, and then I switch sides. Now, the electrical stimulation here is going to be targeting those deep core muscles and the stabilizers that traditional planks just can't reach. And boy, are you going to feel this one. But the burn and the results that you get from this, especially over the following weeks and months, chef's kiss. And then the last couple of minutes are the cool down and recovery. So what I'm going to do here now for the last couple of minutes is I'm going to reduce the intensity down for all of the muscle groups down to 20 to 30% with a pulse of 7 seconds and a 3-second break. And then all I do is do some stretching movements. I start with the hamstring stretch, and all I'm doing here is I'm reaching for my toes from a standing position. Then I will take hold of one foot and I will pull it towards my butt while standing, and then I'm going to repeat on the opposite side, do that a couple of times. Then I do a chest stretch where I interlock my hands behind my back and I open up my chest and really just stretch it all out. And the reason why I bring the intensity down for the pulses is because it kind of works like a gentle massage, and this is going to help to reduce muscle soreness, and also it's going to help to promote blood flow for faster recovery. So over 8 months, I literally went from 127 kilograms to 79 kilograms, which is a loss of 48 kilograms, which is 106 pounds. Now breaking it down weekly, I averaged at around about 1.38 kilos or 3.04 pounds of weight loss per week. Now this puts me slightly above the recommended weight loss range of 1 to 2 pounds weekly that a lot of health professionals recommend. Now obviously this depends on what your starting weight is, how much weight you've got to lose, whether you are doing it sensibly or not. You need to think of your lifestyle choices, your diet. All of these things, they all tie into it. Talking about my own approach is very methodical. Every single week I stick with my 30-minute jog on the treadmill or outside if the weather's good enough with the EMS suit activated full body. I do my 2 20-minute workout sessions, and I'll also put it on just once or twice a week while I'm walking the dog, just to kind of turn what is gentle cardio into a more intense fat burning session. Now over the last 8 months I've not really done much in the way of changing my diet. I am vegetarian, so my diet has always been very rich in vegetables, legumes, grains, healthy oils, probiotics, really flavoursome cheeses, and whole grains. Every morning for breakfast I have a protein shake which contains 40 grams of protein. Lunch is always my largest meal of the day, and I ensure that it is varied throughout the week and that I eat until I'm full. Likewise, the only change I made with my dinner was that instead of eating at around about 9 or 10 p.m. after I finished doing my work, I brought it forward so I don't eat past 8 p.m. And again, I eat until I feel comfortably full. I don't want to feel like I'm stuffed, but I like to eat until I feel like I could still eat a little bit more, but yeah, I'm done. Now, over the past few years where I hadn't really been doing much in the way of exercise, but my diet was pretty much the same, a couple of regular gym workouts every week, then yeah, I averaged a little under around about 1 pound a week of weight loss, which is just under half a kilogram. But adding this EMS bodysuit into my routine, which was the main change that I made, really supercharged and accelerated that fat loss. Looking on the scales, I have scales that give me my body composition. There have been definite improvements in a reduction of the overall body fat that I have and an increase in my muscle mass as well. But it's really important to remember that this suit, it helps you get the most out of your workouts. It doesn't do your workouts for you. You've got to put the legwork in yourself. You do need to do a bit of weight training. You are going to want to be consistent with it. Look, I'm not saying that EMS training is magic, because I still had to maintain a healthy diet and I had to show up consistently. But this technology has transformed exercise from a time-consuming chore into an efficient, almost addictive routine. I can train while I'm traveling, during my lunch break, while I'm walking my dog, or even while I'm doing my household chores. Basically, the suit turns mundane activities into a calorie torching session. Vacuuming my house now burns calories like a gym workout. Walking the dog is like going for an hour and a half's run. Even just climbing up and down the stairs for 15 minutes is like going for an hour's swim. But most importantly, the EMS training has given me back control of my own fitness journey. Don't confuse me, because this isn't about laziness. Simply putting on an EMS suit like this and watching Netflix, sure, you're going to get some toning, you're going to get a bit more of a workout, but you're not engaging and activating your body in a way that it's designed to be. This is all about maximizing the calorie burn from your main workout, reducing the time that it takes to achieve accelerated losses without needing to become a complete gym bunny. Hands up, I am never going to be. But this suit essentially turns cardio into combined cardio strength training, and this is me now, 48 kilograms lighter. But yeah, if you've got any questions about the diet that I follow, about the exercises that I perform with this, the comments are now open, so feel free to get the conversation started. If you want to get your hands on one of these EMS suits, I'm going to link you up to where I got mine from. These are legitimate EMS body training suits. They are able to go through the washing machine. You don't want to tumble dry them, just leave them to air dry afterwards. They come with everything that you need to get started. You don't need conductive gels, you don't need any specialist serums or anything like that. Simply download the app, connect it to your EMS bodysuit power pack, activate it all. Anyway guys, that is it for this video. I really hope that your day ahead of you is as amazing as you are, and I really look forward to seeing you in my next video. So till then, TJ over and out.